Gary is lounging under his favorite tree, chewing on grass and enjoying his lazy day. Other farm animals are working hard, but Gary doesn't care at all. Suddenly, Chuck the chicken rushes in, flapping around and making a mess, trying to get Gary to help with some farm tasks. But Gary just yawns and stays where he is, not interested.
Farmer Fred watches Gary being lazy and decides to do something about it. He looks at a chart that says Gary has 0% effort and shakes his head. Fred thinks Gary could be great if only he tried. So, Fred comes up with a plan to motivate Gary and help him start a business on the farm, whether Gary likes it or not.
Farmer Fred sets up a business boot camp for Gary. There are posters and signs all over the barnyard that say things like "Goat to Greatness." Betty the bee flies around, buzzing excitedly about Gary's new business idea, selling advice on the best grass spots on the farm. But Gary is barely paying attention and just chews his grass, looking bored. Even though Gary doesn't really care, animals from all over the farm start lining up to hear his expert grass advice. Gary just points to random spots and gives half-hearted answers, but the animals think he's a genius. As more animals come to see him, Gary starts making money, without really doing anything. Meanwhile, Chuck tries to sell Grass Guru t-shirts and makes a mess of everything. Farmer Fred watches the whole thing, amazed that Gary is now the most successful goat on the farm. Gary lounges under his tree with a pile of money, happy and relaxed, while Betty buzzes around trying to get him to do more business. But Gary just smiles and says, "Less work is better."
Gary teaches us that sometimes you don't need to work super hard to be successful. Sometimes things just work out. Please subscribe for more interesting stories.